War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes. War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
So hello everybody. As you can tell, this is obviously not the start of the game. This is Fallout 4, and I came back to the game and got a little bit too excited whenever I went to start the recording, being back at Fallout 4, and I forgot to start recording. I've actually been going through this and talking to the camera for nothing. I don't even talk to the camera, I talk to myself. I have no words. So we've just went through the Museum of Freedom and came all the way through Sanctuary Hills. I can't believe this. Anyway, we're going to continue on for a little bit and get back to Sanctuary Hills and do a little bit of questing and show you how my mods are working out that I have installed. That's right, I play with mods. I have a collaboration of mods basically between Nexus Mods and the Creation Club, all of which I got for free. Not for any special things, just for keeping an eye on the deals that were going on.
Feelings mutual, Preston.
Special offers of 100% off. Well, in the Creation Club anyway.
When we first met, you said you were glad to help. Well, you did. And we owe you our lives. So here. It ain't much, but it's the best way I can say thank you.
Really? Didn't help with the money.
Do it for money.
Hey, sorry. I'm used to everyone being in it only for themselves. You know, you remind me of my friends. The other Minutemen. The ones who gave their lives for something bigger than themselves. You should come with us to Sanctuary. We could use the help.
I can use Walk to Sanctuary to explain a whole lot of stuff that I was meant to explain.
That's wonderful. But there's more to your destiny, isn't there? I've seen it. And
Have
I
you though?
know your pain.
Please, tell me. I need to know.
You're a man out of time, out of hope. But all's not lost. I can feel your son's energy. He's alive.
Where is my son? Where is Sean?
Oh, I wish I knew, kid. I really do. But it's not like I can see your son. I can just feel his life force, his energy. He's out there. And even I don't need the sight to
That's
tell you
the
where
bus
you
back
should
outside my
start
door, which means
looking.
I've been doing this for over an hour.
Green jewel of the common.
Over an hour of talking to myself.
Diamond City, the biggest settlement around.
Just great. Just great.
Please, Mama Murphy. I'm working from nothing. I need more.
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later. The sight will paint a clearer picture.
No, Mama Murphy, we talked about this. That junk. It's gonna kill you.
Ah, shush, Preston. We're all gonna die eventually. We're gonna need the sight. And our new friend here, he's gonna need it too. Now let's get going. Sanctuary awaits.
All right, folks. Thanks to our friend here, it's
He-
safe to move out.
You like
We're heading
drama?
for that place Mama
Because he
Murphy
is a
knows
little
about.
bit of a soap.
Sanctuary. It's not far.
She knows about it? You mean she had one of her visions while she was stoned out of her gourd? And now you want us to just head out on another wild goose chase based on no better plan than Mama Murphy saw it?
It can
Oh,
hardly
hold
turn
on,
out
hold
any
on.
worse than...
Everybody just take it easy. We're all in this together, right? So Marcy, you got a better idea of what we should do next? Anybody? Well then, Sanctuary it is. Let's just hope it lives up to its name.
Come on, June, it's time to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here we go. Back to Sanctuary Hills, where I've already spoke to Codsworth and done all of that part of the quest. So, mods I play with. Main one I love, always have it installed no matter what, even if I'm not using them. Well, not using them as a primary anyway, because I actually just use them all the time, just because it's fun to do. I do minimum playthrough, and I always include them even when I do the Brotherhood playthrough, Railroad playthrough. Not that I've actually done a proper playthrough with them, but that's besides the point. I have a mod installed called We Are the Minutemen. Now, what it is, it's an overhaul, so as you can see, like, one of the things it does is it changes the uniforms of all the Minutemen. It includes a wider range of uniforms that they can spawn in and have equipped. It gives them a wide variety of armor. It increases their levels so that they're leveled with the player character, so that you can actually see that your Minutemen is actually leveling with you, rather than always having level 1 Minutemen everywhere. Like, for example, when you use the flare gun, all you ever got in the vanilla game was for level 1 Minutemen. This increases it so that they level with you. It also makes changes to the Minutemen's questing system, that Preston always has that annoying thing of another settlement needs your help. Another settlement needs your help. There's a settlement that needs your help. Everybody's heard enough of that. Even I get bored of it sometimes, but as you'll see, the longer I play through this here, he does not do that as often as he is scripted to in the vanilla game. He doesn't just hand you quest after quest after quest. I think in the vanilla game he can hand you one quest per settlement in the game. On the vanilla stage, he's really slow at giving it up. Sorry, not the vanilla stage. At the start of the game, he's very slow at giving them out. But the longer you go, the more he will give you.
No offense if you're
However, in this mod, and the way I've got it set up, he will only give you a limited amount of quests. I think it's 3 or 4,
It'll be fine.
and he will have a delay in the amount of time he can give you a new quest. So he will not be able to give you a quest if you talk to him like 3-4 times within the same day in game. Now, if you waited 24 hours in game, however, he will be able to give you another quest, even if like you've only spent 2 minutes since the last time he actually gave you a quest. You know, with fast travel and waiting. So that cuts out that whole annoying system. There is also a whole lot more weapons that they get, and a whole lot more classes of Minutemen. Now,
Well, look at that.
usually in the vanilla game, all you had was just a standard Minuteman. They would come with a pipe pistol or pipe rifle or a laser musket, and just a Minuteman uniform. No armor or anything equipped, just clothing, and they had no damage resistance or anything, and they had very little in the way of firepower, which, you know, wasn't very useful when it comes to the end game scenario of their quest line. Now, this basically includes practically every weapon in the game, just dependent on the class of Minuteman really, and the level that you have them at. The higher levels you have them at, the better weapons they'll have equipped and the better armor that you'll have. They can have combat armor, they can have leather, they can have metal, they can have no armor, or they can have some bits of armor on them. You'll see, like,
Don't worry.
even though they're level 2, when you, if you have the perk applied, it lets you see the information of people, like their quests, not their quests, their levels and their stats. You'll see that not every Minuteman is the same level, so the lower levels will have worse equipment typically than the higher levels.
But I'm glad you're happy about it.
It might seem like some of the higher levels have worse equipment, but that's just because some of them will be outfitted better with armor rather than weapons. Some of them have outfitted with better weapons and armor, so it's a little bit of balancing in the situation. You can tell, like, you know, sort of tells a wee story of like the character, like, you know, they like to focus on attack, or they like to focus on defense, or all that there. Now, the classes, there is regular Minutemen, there's veteran Minutemen, there's some Minutemen officers. I don't really think you get them just typically walking about. I think you have to call them in, not call them in, spawn them in. I say spawn loosely. You do have to spend resources to get them. And then there is power armor Minutemen. Now all of these versions of power of Minutemen are limited by level, player level.
I'm glad you decided to come with us.
No, Garby, not yet. So what'll happen is you'll get I think it's level 25, I think it is. Level 25 you unlock the veteran Minutemen. I think that's only to spawn in as a follower. That's another thing. Each of these Minutemen types, you can purchase them to then follow you permanently, like permanent followers. Now, there's no limit to them other than the fact of how much resources you actually have to buy them. So, the better set up your settlements are, the better your army will be. Makes sense?
Pretty nice
So,
place she's found for us. I think we could
I
settle
think
down here.
the
Make it a
ones that
place
are
to call
set
home.
for defending
What do you
settlements, they do take up space. Like they are accounted as a resident,
I used to like living here. Before the war.
What do you mean?
like
Before
a
what
settler.
war? Are you saying?
So you can't just, like, you know, spam out like 20 settlers in a settlement and then send tons of Minutemen to it just to make the defense overpowered.
I lived here.
You
over 200
actually
years
have
ago.
to account for your Minutemen that you're going to have in the settlement as well.
For most of it.
So
Just woke up a little while ago.
the defending ones for your settlements
Like one of those old pre-war
have a
cools.
lower level
You say
requirement,
you were frozen.
I think,
Anybody else
but the
make
ones
it
that
out
follow
with
you have a higher one, and the ones that follow you that you can set to follow you whenever you purchase them, I think it's level 25 for a veteran one and level 50 for
My son.
a power armored one.
Somebody took him
Now,
away
the
when I
level
was still
25 and
trapped.
50 level
I've been
cap
looking for him.
settings is the same for the flare
Sorry.
guns. You still get these
Let me know if there's any way I
Minutemen
can help.
coming in around
Anyway,
those levels,
I am
or
glad
they have a
you're here.
chance to come in whenever you use a flare gun if you're over those
I
levels.
hope you don't mind. But I've got another favor
So
to ask.
if you're over 25, there's a
Had word
chance you
from a
might get a
settlement
couple
asking for
or
help.
one or none
Still hoping there are
of the
Minutemen out there.
veteran Minutemen. And when you're over
Somewhere.
level 50,
The only chance to
same thing
start
applies to the
rebuilding
power armor
Minutemen
ones.
is to show people that they can count on us when they need us. Trouble is, I've got my hands full here. Do you think you could go help out the settlement?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was hoping for a chance to rescue some more helpless villagers.
It's not that people are helpless. They just need someone to give them a helping hand sometimes. That's what the Minutemen are supposed to be
Hey,
all about.
my third
By
level
the
up.
way, if you want to help out around here at all, talk to Sturgis.
Okay.
I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
Okay, so I will go and do this quest here first before I'm going to have to leave this power armor here because it's almost out of juice. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time fighting, but I'll go and do this quest, and after that quest I'll probably call it a day for this session
Hey,
and go into the
have a moment? I wanted to thank you for helping us out in Concord. If only we'd run into you sooner.
go into the settlement mod after that
Don't mention it.
that I have installed.
You guys have been through hell, huh?
You have no idea. In these past few months, we've lost everything. My son, he's gone.
I understand how you feel. I lost someone too.
But you and I, we're still here, right? We have to go on. For them.
I wish it was a quest line for June, or maybe there is and I haven't discovered it, but what was a quest for June that lets you like increase his confidence, get back in the fight sort of thing. I don't want to use you. I don't like heavy weapons. Which one is a musket? There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so yes, Minutemen mod. So that's how it works for the actual Minutemen soldiers. There is also an inclusion in the settlement building that lets you build Minutemen defenses, but they're all like level capped and requirement based. So it's not really overpowered, and even though they're level capped and requirement based, it still also requires a certain amount of resources. So it's not like, you know, oh, I meet these requirements, I meet this level cap or level requirement. I just go and spam a whole lot of defenses. Nope, you still have to purchase them with your junk and everything that you've got in your settlement, and they are still expensive. So the more I play the game, the more you'll see about the mods I'm playing with and understand them better as I go through.